turn around and everything has changed. Looking for a way to work it out. I'm trying to find some peace to navigate. The oak tree where I met you and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again. Everything we wanted turned to gold. The path we chose, the future on our side. Never thought I'd do this on my own, but now I wield the sword you left behind. The oak tree where I met you and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again. We'll meet again. Dark for the sunrise, clouds for a blue sky, space for the traveling star. Strong from the inside, you're still my lifeline. I feel you wherever you are. The oak tree where I met you and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again. when you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost. Oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Welcome back, folks.
Welcome back to the 48-hour Summer Shorts Movie Jam.
Quarantine edition.
We are live, coming to you live. We just landed from our space station adventures into the Gulf of Mexico, and we're here just decompressing bringing you these fine, fine films that have been produced in the just 48-hour time period.
They're still rolling in, so we're just gonna kind of, improvise for a few minutes here while we're intaking the films. So if you're just joining us, here's what's going on. On Friday, we had our launch party. We gave 3 ingredients, secret clues that have to be incorporated into the short films. I probably should have mentioned that they have to be 10 minutes or less, but that's all right, you know that. And so, Friday evening, people started working upon them, and I understand one person got done in 4 hours or something like that.
They rocked it. They were like, I'm going to write this and film it and edit it in just 4 hours. So congratulations and kudos to that person.
I'm sure it's real good.
They were, just a star. Had to get it done. They wanted to really participate.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. It's a team effort, as we were saying before. It's a team effort. You put together your team. You come up with a story. You get a script together. You shoot it, you cut it together, you upload it here to good old Berkeley Community Media. We're here for you, and you're here for us, and all for one, and one for all, and all. That's great.
We're all excited. We're really jittery. We're really, this has been a really big learning curve for us. We have some fantastic behind the scenes people running the show, our technical.
Gosh, yeah. Sam and Ben and Mike, you're the best.
You guys are the best. You guys are the best in the industry.
That's why you're making the big bucks. A lot of this. No money, but a whole lot of this.
In public access. You know what that means. The big bucks.
Well, that's the good thing about, public access and, community-based television programming is there is no money. So the government can't threaten us because there's nothing to take away. So, So it's, that's what that's all about.
We can just give and give and give, and there's nothing that they can take. We can just keep, but then it has to do with free speech. It has to do with being able to share, our opinions and what's going on in our lives, and that's what we're really here for people. That's why, we're here for you and you're here for us, and it's all one team, right? We're all on the same team.
I am you and you are me, and we're all together.
If you want to be free, be free.
That's right.
That's all it's all about.
Cat Stevens, man. He's awesome.
Feelings. Did you say feelings?
No, Cat Stevens. What?
What?
What? I can't hear you. I've got a cone of silence on my skull.
We're going to be howling at these films. I have a feeling we're gonna love what people came up with. I'm really curious.
I think so. It's the challenge is to be creative and to be inventive and to do something with no resources. And the greatest resource of all is time, and you got almost none of that.
And your
it's
creativity.
Just like real life.
Your creativity is your biggest resource, right? So
right, exactly.
Really drawing on what's the essential elements of what you can use in your environment. Yeah. Yep.
So hopefully we're not going to have a claustrophobic kind of set of films where everything is set indoors, because I hope that people are able to get a couple of exterior shots or maybe some stock footage of people outdoors.
Yeah.
Or maybe, this is not, it started off as a local filmmaker kind of thing, just like Berkeley and people in the Bay Area. And then with this one, it's all around the world potentially.
It's global.
We could potentially get some movies from people in Florida playing on the beach and getting the COVID. So
right before the hurricane hits over there, and
right, like they don't have enough problems.
Like as though that's right. That's when we got out of our space capsule in the Gulf. We were just missed by that latest hurricane over there.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it's headed for the Carolinas. So this
everything.
festival, by the way, is a way to mark time in a really special moment that we're living through, and how we look at this in this moment and how we react and deal is all up to us, how we respond. Just like in any kind of conflict or ways that life has given us some trouble. Don't worry, be happy.
If life gives you lemons, don't eat them. It's like
Don't
too
eat
tart.
them.
Ew. Don't do it.
Well, I like to say my housemate's name is Sarah, and so I say when life gives you Sarahs, make serenades.
Okay. You comparing her to a lemon?
Yeah, no, I'm good. She's no lemon.
Okay. That's sublime.
Sublime. Her voice is sublime, for sure. Yeah.
Subliminal.
Subliminal. Oh, and speaking of subliminal.
Oh, right. Yes.
I want to tell a little story. This beautiful butterfly came to me the day that we decided upon and launched the clues.
Oh, seriously?
It was like this fantastic serendipitous moment where I was helping another BCM member, and they were like, I really want to give you something for your time and your effort. Here, take this beautiful butterfly that my boyfriend makes out of these metal trays and spoons that are recycled.
Was that serendipitous? Is that Sarah's last name, Dipitous?
It's when life gives you butterflies, make serendipitous.
Oh,
it's
wow.
really good with chips and dips. I'm like scoops.
You're getting your papillon.
What?
You're getting your papillon. Papillon, it's a butterfly. She got butterflies in her stomach.
I can't understand you, darling.
What?
So we are all lit up, obviously. We're all sparked up tonight. And I had the additional girl, light and stars became our universe.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to the decorating set designer, Mike Bond.
There's speaking of science, there's a new movie about Madame Curie.
Oh.
That's I think it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Excellent.
Yeah. Madame Curie, she was not just a great scientist, but she had just like a glowing personality. And as time went on, she would just light up a room. Because she was irradiated.
It's those pioneers in our history that have paved the way for us to be able to have safe nuclear.
Well, being able to look inside of people's bodies without cutting them open,
radiation.
The X-rays and stuff,
Yeah, it's very important.
I think,
nuclear medicine.
Right?
Yeah, right.
It's not just like complementary medicine. I thought complementary medicine was like when you say nice things to your patient. It's like, you're looking very well. You don't look sick at all. Oh, that's complementary medicine. Are you taller? Did you lose weight? You look great. I feel wonderful. I saw the doctor. He gave me some complementary medicine.
Well, that's half of the battle is to have a good positive attitude. If somebody's helping to support you with that and being your backup and saying nice things about you,
right?
Then we're going to have to recover a little bit after our space re-entry.
Oh my God!
That was kind of a hard, rough ride.
Oh, listen to her talking about re-entry and rough rides. Oh man! After 10 o'clock.
Oh yes,
you can
that's
talk
right.
about that sort of thing.
No Susan Block show.
Oh, we should probably apprise them of what is going to be in these films, what the three secret ingredients are, so that you, folks at home, can watch for the 3 things that have to be in each of the movies.
Keep tabs and see which one you like. You can even contact us through the website and email any one of us on the staff list and say, hey, I really liked this, and I really thought it was a great thing, or I want to take classes and get involved with your community too, because you're so awesome.
Give us a little complimentary medicine there.
Some complimentary medicine. That would be great. So you want to go over the clues?
Okay, sure. So the first one, there it is. The first one is the theme, which is
resistance.
So
whatever that means to you, and hopefully we get some interesting interpretations of that. Sometimes people could think of resistance as being, you know, fighting for the little guy and the communities and grassroots, or it could be just the resistance of a battery and the energy that gets stored in it because of physics, or it could be a resistance, you know, like a dance you do to resist.
Wind resistance?
Wind resistance, yeah, it could be all of those things. So yeah, and then the object.
The object, which is?
A butterfly. Which you know, I think you were really instrumental in helping to pull that as the object because of. Tell us the reason why behind that.
Oh, this is a great story. True story. I know it's unbelievable, but it's a true story. So I'm sitting in the garden, and recently there were a whole bunch of like little, what do you call those? They look like turds kind of, but they had butterflies inside of them. These little pods of
chrysalis.
Chrysalis, yes. So those were like outside in the garden, and so one day they were empty, and we said, "Oh no, like a bird ate them or something."
Like they got unzipped or something.
They were gone, and so I'm sitting in the garden, and a butterfly comes past, and it like takes me a minute to put it together, and I go, "I bet that one got away from the bird." So I thought, hey, butterflies, that should be our object. And it just kind of took off from there and just became...
Brilliant,
you know,
brilliant.
It's going to be a huge movie when they start making movies again, I think. I'm very confident. Yeah. I love butterflies. Used to...
what?
Have them in sandwiches. You know, you have
sandwiches in the butterfly garden?
Yeah, you have like a peanut butterfly and jelly sandwich. Or sometimes peanut butterfly and jellyfish sandwich. That's even better.
Oh my goodness.
Jellyfish.
That
They
is so
stew.
out of
You gotta
this
make
world.
sure they're dead before you try to eat them. Never try to eat alive.
Have you had it? Have you?
Ever.
Can you
Don't.
describe the taste of a peanut butterfly and jellyfish sandwich?
It's kind of greasy.
Greasy
bit-
and breezy, probably.
Yes. And the butterflies, you want those to be dead before you eat them as well. Just giving you a little bit of a hint there, because I learned the hard way. Yeah, it's bad.
That's why you have to wear the bubbles. You got to keep them away from the peanut butter butterfly jellyfish sandwiches. And then last but not least,
a phrase.
a phrase. And time out
I'm out.
or time out. Time out of your cocoon.
Time out of mind.
Your chrysalis, your apartment. Time out of space. And yes, so we're so excited because
Those are the three things, and these three things have to be in each of the films or movies. It's not actually on film, it's a movie, but you know what I mean.
technicalities, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
our filmmakers, as we like to call them, are ready to rock and roll and be part of our 10th anniversary Summer Shorts Movie Jam 48-Hour Filmmaker Challenge
Quarantine edition.
edition. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the films. Stay tuned.
Watch this.
Watch this.
Kristen.
Hey, Grammy, can you hear me?
Oh, hi, honey. You look so beautiful.
Oh, I can't see you. Can you turn on your camera?
Turn on what?
Turn on your camera down at the bottom. I can't see your face. I'm staring at a picture.
Kristen, I can't do it. I don't know. I can see you.
That's okay. That's okay, Grandma. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll just
Okay. All right. So, honey, hi. How are you? Tell me. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You know, workload is for both school and job is pretty crazy, but you know me, I have to keep busy. So
Not busy butterfly.
yeah. Yeah, it's been good. My grades have been good. I've just been working hard, you know, trying to move up in the adult life. So
Good. Good. Oh, honey, I'm so happy to hear those things.
thank you. How are you doing?
You
I miss-
know, oh, I miss you too, honey. Yeah, I've been taking a lot of time out. I've been gardening. The lilies, as usual, are not doing what I want them to do this year.
Of course.
But the butterfly bushes that we planted together are blooming just beautifully, honey. I think of you every time I see them.
Oh, that makes me really happy.
Good.
Hey, I was calling because I found something. You know that little treasure chest box that I have? It's like I made it at your house. I don't know if you remember it. It's got like little macaroni pieces grilled on it and the seashells. So I keep all my special memories and belongings in there. And I came across this card that you actually gave me on my 16th birthday. I don't know if you remember this little butterfly card.
Oh, I remember that card.
And I was just kind of reading through it, and it just it made me miss you a lot. I mean, every card you wrote me, you always told me how special I was, and that you loved me and were thinking about me. And I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking about you every day, and I miss you a lot.
Oh, Kristen, honey, you are very special to me. And I miss you too every day.
I love you, Grandma.
I love you too, Butterfly.
And I wish that I could see you every day.
I know, it's hard. It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard to grow up.
Yes. Well, just keep knowing that I'm right there with you, sweetie. And if you ever need me, just hang on to that card. What a lovely card.
I will. I love it. Special to me.
Honey, I'm going to need to end the call. I've got to get back out to the garden, but I do need you to know I'm so very proud of you. You are just growing into a wonderful young woman. I love you.
Thank you, Grandma. I love you so much.
Oh, sweetie. All right, sweetie. I will talk to you the next time.
Okay, I love you.
Bye-bye. Hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Jessica with Resisting Realities. We just wanted to say thank you for choosing our services. Your first session can always be a bit emotional, but you will be receiving an email in the next 24 hours. So if you have any questions or concerns, you can go ahead and voice them there. We hope we did a good enough job with the recording you sent us. I tried to get pretty close. But yeah.
You did. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so it sounds like you had a really great grandma.
I really did. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing from you.
think we're gonna. This is
That was
amazing
great.
film.
That was really great.
It was a really fantastic twist. We wanted to interview Tony Alfaro, who's the writer-director, about his experience doing this. I actually spoke with him a little bit earlier through Facebook on the messaging saying, thanks so much for submitting this film, because he's one of a longtime participant. And he said that he shot the film in 4 hours.
Oh my God. Oh,
So
that
he
was the
started
one I
at
heard
10
about.
p.m. and ended at 2 a.m. and had it finished.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, you could see by the production values that would take a lot of time and effort. Oh wait. Oh great.
Okay, so great. We're gonna
It
be
was
able to
looking
talk
like we
with
weren't
Tony.
going to be able to Zoom an interview with him, but then they did a Fonzie thing and smacked the computer.
Yeah, they went, hey yo.
Then Fats Domino played. I was like, oh, found my thrill.
And so his film, our interview is gonna look kind of like his film. Oh yeah,
There
here
he
he is.
Tony,
Hey Tony,
can you see us?
Can you see us?
He's pushing a button.
He's like,
He's outdoors.
there.
Where's your mask, young man?
Oh yeah, I think he doesn't have to wear a mask because he's talking to us through the
Oh, okay.
hi.
We can see you. Can you see us? There he is.
Can you hear
I
us?
can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Let me turn up
Am
my
I
miracle
live?
here.
Am I?
Yeah, you're live.
What's that?
You're live.
I am live?
Yes, you
You're
are.
alive.
Where
I'm
are
at
you?
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe. Fantastic.
Yeah. I got my mask, so don't worry.
Okay, good.
We're not worried about you, Tony.
Stay
That's
away from the
awesome.
old people.
I
So,
know. Hold on, let me
we-
get some food.
The
Sorry,
world just
I
got to
didn't
see
know
your
it was, like,
film.
20 hours now. What'd you say?
The world just got to see your film.
That was
Oh,
great.
yeah. I was watching it, and all of a sudden I got a phone call, and I was like, oh, I better see who this is. And all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're putting you on right now. Let me get away.
That's
See,
our
Lake-
crack
Lake
team.
Tahoe.
It's a good thing you weren't
What's
sitting
that?
on the toilet. That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. Okay, let me get farther away. So hey, how's it going? Are you in space right now?
We just landed from the space station, so we're just decompressing, and we have to like be in that zero gravity for a little while longer, just get our muscles working again. And our brain muscles are definitely activated from having seen your film. It was a really nice twist, Tony.
Oh, thank you. I hope it made sense to people. We showed it to Sheena's dad, and he was like, "Oh, who played the old woman?" She's like, "I did." We were literally just in this phone call just now as I got this. She's like, "Oh, that was you?" Like, I don't get it. So I'm glad that some of you got it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
hear
In fact,
me okay?
yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, but it actually got pretty emotional. I feel like that's something that, you'd love to talk to your grandma. Yeah, your grandma or whoever your beloved deceased,
Yeah, it was actually kind of subtle. A lot of films, they'll just like smack you over the head with it, like
Yeah.
here's a tombstone or something like that. It's like it was subtle,
Yeah,
but it came across. We got it.
Yeah, we were trying to be subtle with it. A lot of it I really owe to Sheena Beeson and Elizabeth Hayes. I came up with the idea, and I was supposed to write the script, but as you can tell, I'm currently on vacation. So we had a very limited time to do it. So about 10 o'clock last night, they're like, "Okay, where's the script? We're about to do a Zoom call." I said, I didn't write anything. I said, "Here's the idea. Here's what I kind of want to do." And then so Elizabeth and Sheena wrote all the dialogue. So they really
Wow.
saved the project. And then Elizabeth Hayes is amazing at dramatic acting. So I've worked with her on some other projects, and so she actually like hit it right off the bat. We're gonna do our first rehearsal, and she just starts like crying during the rehearsal. And that was a good still right there.
That
she
was
started, like,
the
crying
take.
during the rehearsal. I'm like, no, not yet. She's like, that's okay, I can do it again. So we did 2 full takes. The third take, my internet cut out. So she's like midway in a dramatic scene, and then like she freezes. And I was like, man, she's really pausing for a long time. And then she was like, she's frozen. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like telling her, like, say your lines. For some reason, she stopped talking. She's like, she's frozen. So, yeah, no, it was really, this was kind of inspired by, I don't know if anyone saw Memento.
Oh, yeah.
There's a scene in Memento with the guy has amnesia often. Sorry, I got trucks and stuff around here. Sorry, the worst time
Yeah, we might have to wrap it up a little bit because you're breaking up a little bit there.
That's a great shot. I like that.
Breaking up. How about now?
I think you're too close to the sun.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too close to the sun.
So, well, anyways, I don't know how long you want me to talk. I'm talking about, but I know you got more films to play.
Yeah, we have more films to play. We wanted to just, touch base with you and say thanks so much for your, amazing collaboration that you had between Kirsten and Sheena and making this cool film.
Okay.
I know. It's like I'm a dude, but it almost made me cry. So, like,
Yeah.
thanks for the emotional baggage,
So congratulations, Tony. Thanks so much.
That's
Thanks for being an inspiration for us.
what was that?
Thanks for being an inspiration for us, and you kicked off our festival really fantastic. We'll
And hopefully in October, at the end of October, we may be able to do another BCM Horror Film Festival. And it would be really nice if we could, people could, I don't know. Hey, I'm cautiously optimistic, just like Dr. Fauci is.
Well, I'll make sure that I don't have a trip next time.
Hey,
Oh,
don't
did you
trip, man.
forget? I'll plan. This
Okay.
was one of those fun things is when I found out the weekend, I was like, oh no, I don't think I'll be able to do one. And we
No.
just made it work. I guess.
Thank you
I'm
so
glad
much.
I'm glad the film worked. What's that?
Thank you so much for making it work.
Yeah, it was our first one, so
yeah.
you got the first crack out of the park.
Nice. What's funny is in about 30 minutes, I'm going to be in the car and totally talk on the phone. We were just packing up for the lake, and I was like, oh, I hope they don't play me first. There it is. Apologize again.
And here you are. Okay.
Okay.
We'll
Drive-
talk to you
drive
soon,
safe.
Tony. Keep up the inspiration. Thank you.
Hey, Tony Alfaro.
Yay, Tony Alfaro. Lost in space in Lake Tahoe.
And his very, very talented cast as well.
So we're going to have another
Thank you.
film. We're going to be showing another film called Out of Time.
By David K. Smith.
Just in.
I know, this is exciting. This stuff is happening live on television or on your computer. So.
Lovey, you're so used to doing live TV, though. I miss your shows. I miss them a lot.
They were an awful lot of work, and they were also a lot of awful work.
Okay. Well, more on that later. Work later.
Well, let's look at this one.
Let's play
Out
now.
of Time. Oh, look at that.
Got the report from the hospital.
And?
It says here I have congestive heart failure.
Isn't that what the doctor told you when you were in his office?
He didn't exactly say.
You weren't paying attention. You didn't want to hear what he was saying.
No, I heard him.
Then nothing in that report should come as a surprise. Maybe you heard him, but you weren't listening.
Yeah, I was listening. He said my ejection fraction was 12%.
Which means?
Well, you're Mr. Know-It-All, so tell me.
It means you have less than a year to live.
No.
Yes.
No, because he also said that patients with an EF like mine play tennis every day. See, I was listening.
Have you ever played tennis?
No, of course not. I hate sports.
That's the point.
So what's the point?
The point is that you're a couch potato. Those tennis players have been doing that most of their lives. They've built up their stamina so they'll naturally live longer. You occupy space with just enough stamina to move from the chair to the sofa and back. In other words, you're at the opposite end of the health spectrum from those tennis players. That puts you at a big disadvantage. All of the medical literature says so.
Oh, those reports can be wrong. Back in my 20s, a doctor once told
You're
me...
66. You still think the same rules apply now? You can't fight this. You've got no say in the matter. This is it. You're out of time.
My neighbor just told
Your
me...
neighbor is a fruitcake. She told you space aliens were going to intervene. They want your soul. She said you'll live forever in their spaceship, or on some alien planet or whatever. Come on, you're a science junkie. Does any of that make sense to you?
Well, no.
Surprise, your alien soul-sucking neighbor has a PhD.
In what?
It doesn't matter. She's still a fruitcake.
Fine, so she's a harmless fruitcake then. Actually kind of pretty. She's got a nice...
Aside from objectifying the fruitcake, you're dancing around the subject.
Which is?
You're dying.
Yeah, that's what the doctor said.
But you haven't accepted it.
Well, he did say that I've got some options.
Options? You know what the options are, right? You really want a heart transplant? For starters, you'll need at least 30 grand in the bank before they'll even talk to you.
I wouldn't want a transplant anyway. Leaving me with someone else's heart in my chest? That's downright creepy.
And then you'll need to take 30 pills a day to control rejection. That's another 3 grand a month you don't have.
So why are we even talking about this?
Given your condition, you have a 99% chance of being dead within a year. That's a cold, hard fact derived from decades of studying people like you.
Now, me, I'm not some statistic.
Oh yes, yes you are. Tens of thousands of people just like you helped make up that ugly little statistic, and you'll be the next one. Sure, you could live another 5, 10 years maybe, but that would make you one hell of an outlier. Is that what you're counting on? Being the statistical equivalent of getting a hole in one when the putting green is on the move?
Stop with the nonsense.
It's not nonsense. It's a fact of life. Well, a fact of death. Accept the truth. It'll make what little time you've got left much easier.
Like you know exactly how much time I have left?
I don't. No one does.
I thought so.
Well, it's not 30 or 20 or even 10 years. Not for someone in your condition.
I feel fine.
Define fine. You only found out about your faulty ticker because you couldn't make it to the top of the stairs without running out of breath. And those coughing fits you've been having every morning for the past 9 months? Your lungs were full of fluid. You totally freaked out the ER doctor. He could hear your chest gurgling without a stethoscope. He told you you could literally die any minute.
Puh.
No, don't put me. You're in denial. Now, to be honest, that's understandable, but sooner or later you've got to stop resisting.
Resisting what?
Reality. You can't deny it.
Go to hell.
Hey, time out, buddy. I'm not going anywhere.
Lucky me.
Yep, lucky you to have someone with the balls to make it face reality.
So what if I don't accept your reality?
My reality is your reality. We both live in the same universe, friend, governed by the same laws of physics.
Now you're getting all science junky on me, huh?
What's it going to take?
Take for what?
For you to accept the fact that you're dying.
Again with the dying bit. Of course I'm dying. Everybody dies.
You know what I mean. You're out of time. So now you've got stuff to do.
Stuff? What stuff? I don't have a life. It's just me and a cat and a rented double wide. Retired. Living on $4.50 a month. I've got no family left. I've got nothing to leave to anyone. Nobody but the mailman even knows I'm here. I'm just one of 7 billion ants on a somewhat larger than usual anthill. If I die tomorrow, I wouldn't be around to worry about the stuff that I do or don't do. My life has been one big fat zero all along anyway, so the only thing the diagnosis means is that my misery will be over that much sooner. I don't have a problem with that.
No problem?
Nope.
Don't care?
Nope, don't care.
So you accepted it?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If I die today or tomorrow or next week, or if I live to be 100, it doesn't make any difference.
Well, I suppose that's progress of some sort.
What were you expecting? What were you hoping for?
Well, something more than complete indifference. To be fair, your point of having no life is on the mark. It's just, don't you want to make the most of the time you got left?
Give me something to do that's worthwhile.
For starters, make a choice. Either enjoy the last few moments you have, or just be a miserable prick for what's left of your life. See, it's not what you do, it's how you feel about it.
Well, what if I want to be a miserable prick, as you so delicately put it?
Then you'll be dealing with me a lot more than you'd prefer.
Well, there's a threat.
Not a threat. A promise.
You're not going away, are you?
Couldn't if I wanted to, pal. But find something that'll make you happy, and I won't be bothering you nearly as much.
I don't know what makes me happy. To be honest, I guess I've never been happy. What is happiness? Tell me, I want to know. It sounds nice.
There.
What?
You smiled. It's a start.
Thanks.
Anytime.
That was terrific. Right on. Yeah.
David K. Smith, we wish we could interview you because we'd like to hear your voice in both the voices of those characters that were interacting in that film. It was such a really interesting inner dialogue.
It was very creative too. I mean, you know, and it's you've got a tough situation, and he just like really nailed
something
it in
that
a very artistic, creative way. That was
we're
fantastic.
facing mortality every day, every moment. Our cells are dying in different ways, and you never know how long you have. And it could be that you were, diagnosed with a disease that kills you in a year, or you get hit by a bus, and you just don't know.
So many of us that are undiagnosed, you know.
Undiagnosed, and then you could be undiagnosed, and you just don't even know. But that a butterfly could fly by and make you happy. Or at least make you smile.
You got to enjoy the time that you've got, you know. And that one really made me laugh a lot. It was very, I'm not quite 60, but
some of the dialogue reminded me.
I might be, so, you know.
It reminded me of what you would like say on your show. Just like, face the facts. I'm not going anywhere, buddy. You can't get rid of me that easily. There was like several references to like outer space and to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It felt kind of like a cosmic film.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No matter how hard you run, you can't run away from yourself.
That's true.
Nor should you try.
So our next film is Romantically Distanced.
By Audrey
Senior. Watch this.
Oh my God, hi! Why are you doing this? No, are you being serious? We don't need to, why? Okay, well, let's do something. Hello? Are you being real? This isn't. Why? I missed you too. Let's go. What is going on? This is so ridiculously unnecessary. Can't you just meet me halfway? I'm being serious. We spent so much time out today together, but none of it felt like it was actually together. I miss you. I've been alone in this house for months, dreaming of this moment. And now you're here, and it's ruined. Please, please take off that stuff and just talk to me.
I'd do anything for you.
Me too.
I'm scared.
Me too. How do we do this?
That was great. Right
A
on.
romantic comedy.
What was that?
We
Oh,
do.
terrific. Excellent.
We have
We've
an
got
interview for this
Another
one.
interview.
Fantastic.
That was a very funny and poignant movie. I mean, it's just like very
Really
nice
well
balance
done.
of comedy and, you know, pathos. I mean, just. So we're going to Zoom interview through the miracle of technology.
So these kinds of films, when they're just short and sweet like that, make you feel so good in your heart.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going? Look how socially undistant you are from him.
We're roommates, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're in the same pod. Well, we have to wear our bubbles. So
That's right. We've got to,
we're
we're
really
in the
looking.
Berkeley
Thank
bubble.
you so much for this opportunity. We had so much fun making our film this weekend.
I am so happy that you had fun. We had fun watching it.
It was
Tell us-
hilarious. You did a great job.
Yeah,
That
you
was
did a
fantastic.
Going. Look how socially undistant you are. We just realized we had you all talking in another tab.
Oh, okay.
We had a wonderful time making our film, traveling all over like Palo Alto, making sure we were safe and masked everywhere we went. Yeah, it was.
One of us was very nervous.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out where you guys were at. We're like, that looks.
So that was Palo Alto, South Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're Stanford students living on campus for the summer, and so we have nothing much to do. So we thought we'd take this opportunity.
That's fantastic. So he's a roommate. Was he also your videographer?
Yes. Yeah. So Dan filmed it. I was in it, and then another one of our roommates was the other actor in it. The one there he is.
Awesome. You guys did a really good job. When he pulled out the whiteboard from his backpack, I was like, what? He's gonna write everything. And then
That was fantastic.
he did a nice job of like the transitions to like the later conversations where you had the continued. You didn't have to pull it out and write it every time. It was just like it was there. It was really nice. Yeah. So how long was that film? Was like 5 minutes?
How long did it take?
How long did it take?
Oh, how long did it take? I mean,
I have to go.
all day yesterday.
All day yesterday filming,
today.
all day today putting it together, and late night on Friday debating what we should actually do.
Yeah, maybe like 20 to 22 of the 48 hours. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it gave us something fun to do, so we loved it. Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
Not for a while. I mean, some little stop motion stuff when I was a kid. Obviously, a lot of drama at Stanford. So some various little things. That was the first time we've ever tried to put something together. So
Cool. Well, you did a really good job.
Yeah, that was excellent. I mean, all around, the production values were really great. I mean, it looked great. The sound quality was great. I mean, it was very, very well done, and a nice balance between, comedy and, genuine emotion.
The situation that we're all living in right now is real. How do you be romantic? And obviously you're reuniting with somebody that you had been romantic with before, but then you have to figure out where's your compromise, and how do you both feel safe.
I was a bit relieved that you didn't break out like a sheet with a hole in it or anything
that. So, yeah. We got to stay protected a little bit more than that.
Before 10 o'clock, we got to be careful.
That's after 10 o'clock, yeah. So, and
we wanted to make something a bit happy and wholesome, I think, with the current mood.
Absolutely.
Happy and wholesome, Moby.
Exactly. No, you can put this in some other film festivals, I'm sure. I mean, the quality is there. The quality is there. You could put that in any film festival, and I think you get a really great response. This is just
Thank
really
you so much.
wonderful.
Yeah, we really wanted to highlight the theme of that right now there's no possible way of going back to normal, and so trying to find what a new normal looks like is so important right now because we don't know how long we'll be in this situation. So we based that around sort of the two kind of extreme reactions we've seen to people sheltering in place, and how maybe both of them are over the top, and it's so important that we all compromise and everybody is on the same page.
Yeah, and tell us about your use of the clues and how you figured out how to do that.
That was we were brainstorming a story idea, and we wanted we had a good story idea we wanted to go with, and then I think the butterfly and
time out.
And the style we kind of worked into the script. It was a bit cheesy, probably not the most well integrated theme, but I think we started we spent a lot of time thinking about resistance and different, I guess personal ways that can manifest, and then bringing in obviously what's on everyone's mind with COVID. And I think from then we kind of worked the other two things in the script once we were really sold on just playing with the idea of resisting the reality of the COVID-19 pandemic and how people deal with that.
Yeah.
And hopefully people caught the Easter egg of us watching The Hobbit with the scene where all the butterflies explode.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I love that. And I feel like it feels like to me, you know, because Moby and I have been doing this for 10 years, and we get to make up the clues that people include in their films, and we don't really just sit back and watch, but, you know, it's a big process to produce this film festival. But it's interesting, the idea for me is interesting to have people make it up for themselves, for their own friends. Like, you know, you make up something that other people have to do, like kind of spread around and like see what, because everybody comes up with such different films. It's just amazing process to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're having so much fun. We're all watching right now.
Oh, good.
All the previous two films have been excellent. And it's cool to see how many different things everybody took away from the clues and how all the 3 different films so far have been so different.
Yeah. So we want to say thank you so much for joining us, and we're really excited that you participated in such a big way, and Stanford's a long ways away, but I know I started public access work in Mountain View and started volunteering and got to be part of the TV world. I don't know what's happening as far as volunteer opportunities anymore, but you know, just if you guys have anything else to contribute to our channel, BCM TV, we'd love to have more content from you as you get, you know, to have more projects during this COVID time.
Yeah, well, and just because we're in Berkeley, you know, we're not carrying on that the rivalry with Stanford people.
No, that's right.
We're okay.
Thank you guys for putting this on. This is so awesome to be part of.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited to keep watching.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and happy 10th anniversary participation. Really appreciate you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you all too. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
10 more years. Yes.
Don't get the cooties.
Yeah, don't get the cooties. Stay safe. All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Stay in touch. Wow, that was fantastic.
That was
such
really
nice
great.
people.
That was so fun.
Oh my gosh, to be young again.
I know.
yes.
I get so jealous. I'm like, oh.
Outer space is
I
taking
used
its
to have
toll.
nice hair.
So our next film is called Stalemate.
I thought it was stale meat. No,
Oh, I think it's Stalemate.
Stalemate. Okay, stalemate by who?
David Patty.
David Patty.
David Patty.
Oh, that's where I got patty, meat.
Oh,
Okay,
the
got
meat.
it. Okay.
Welcome to the game of games. You're on, buddy.
All right. See if you can take me this time.
The little pawns. Oh, moving your knight, huh?
Coming for you.
I'll tell you, I wish there were still knights.
What do you mean?
Oh. I mean, they kept the peace. In their day, I mean, they were state of the art. You know, their armor, their swords, their horses, war horses. I mean, those guys knew how to fight. And, you know, people did not give them any. You know, they were like top of the pack. We need knights. We need people, you know, dedicated to law and order.
I disagree. I don't think we need that level of violence in our culture anymore. I mean, in Portland, once they took the federal troops out, the protests suddenly got peaceful.
Well,
Look at that.
It got peaceful because law and order was restored, and then the peace followed.
What were they doing? They were inciting fear and violence. They were kidnapping people in the streets and shooting them with tear gas.
The anarchists?
They're protesters, Dad.
Well, there are protesters and there are anarchists. And it's important not to confuse the two groups.
They are fighting for something that we need in this country.
Well, they don't have to do it in the streets. by burning up cars and businesses and looting.
Not everybody is doing that.
Of course not. But there is a way to promote change in this country, and it's called legislatively.
No.
It's called Congress passing laws.
It's
called Congress creating new amendments to the Constitution. The brilliance of our forefathers was, they created a mechanism for changing, supplementing the Constitution.
To whose benefit? People like us. No, not everybody.
Yes.
White people.
No, this is a meritocracy. If this is only for white people, how in the world did Barack Obama get elected president, not one term, but 2 terms, for 8 years? This African American led this country.
And he did a hell of a lot of better job than the guy running it now.
Well, let's not talk about the guy who's running it now, okay? I think he's an aberration. But I think he's trying to maintain law and order. And that is what I'm for. Law and order.
But not at the expense of people getting arrested, shot, kneeled on, killed. Like, things need to change now. We don't have time for amendments and Congress. People are not going to be able to agree in time, all right? We only have so much time to do that. We need to transform, Dad.
I don't know where you're coming from. Where you're coming from with this time urgency.
Because people are suffering. There are homeless in the streets. There are people
have always suffered. People have always been homeless. But the U.S. Constitution continues to evolve. And it does it in a very rational, measured way.
Well, it's not going to work that way anymore.
It doesn't burn down the house.
Maybe we need to burn down the house, Dad.
And then rebuild it with some plans. Whose plans would we use?
So, I was watching this show the other day, and it talked about how when a caterpillar goes into the cocoon to become a butterfly, it doesn't just grow wings in that cocoon. It dissolves. It reduces itself to nothing so that it can become something new, something beautiful. And that's where we're at. That's what this country needs to do. We need to dissolve all these racist systems and all these things that have been built for people to step on people and use them to their advantage, and make something that really is built upon this constitutional foundation. Look, this idea of freedom.
I kind of get the analogy, but are you telling me that if we created the equivalent of caterpillar soup in a cocoon, that somebody would have the blueprint for creating a new constitution, a new way of governance in this country? Who would that be? A white person, a black person, a brown person,
I don't know.
An Asian person?
I don't know, Dad. But something needs to change radically.
Well, you say radically. I don't think so. I think this Constitution has stood the test of time, and it has weathered many crises. And I think there is this internal mechanism for change. I keep going back to that. You know what? If you are really dedicated to making things better and more equal, then become political. Go to Congress. Be a voice of change in Congress. Use your charisma, on the floor of Congress to create new amendments, new laws.
I don't know. I think so few people know how to do that.
Well, you're smart. You could do that. I mean,
but it shouldn't be up to me, all right? So many times it's been people like me who make the rules, and then other people suffer for it. We should be giving that power and those positions of power to people of color, minorities, people that don't have a voice.
But wait a minute. You're telling me there are no minorities in Congress?
Not nearly enough, clearly.
Okay. Then work on campaigns. Get more people of color elected so that they can more fairly represent what needs to be
I don't know if that's
codified into law.
I don't know if that'll solve the issue, but maybe that's a step in the right direction. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that change needs to happen. Big change.
Well, I think you're just resistant to my position that we have this internal mechanism for change. It's called, Congress making laws, Congress passing amendments. I don't think we need, to blow things up.
Are you boys ready for a timeout?
Yeah, I could use one.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Maybe we don't have the answers.
And maybe we do.
Fantastic.
Wow. Keep it going. The conversation is not over. Keep it going. You know what? And we have a conversation that's going to be happening right now with David Patty, and I'm guessing that was probably his dad for reals.
I know that it felt very authentic.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. Let me turn down the volume of the stream. Hi.
Oh man, that was just, it opened up the most beautiful shot. I was like, what?
That was excellent. That was like something that it reminded me of Kubrick. That kind of, that like wide composition that just looks like a painting.
Yeah.
It was very beautiful, and you got really great audio.
Very early on, we were like, is there a way to just do this in like one moment? Like, we only have so much time to do it. If we kind of workshopped like the moment and knowing what the moment was that we wanted to do, then we could just find a way to just beautifully capture it really simply.
Yeah, there's something about the way the name of the movie, Stalemate, and that the conversation was this back and forth chess game between you guys and your different opinions, and it felt like, yes, we have to stand up, things have to be right. Oh yeah, and then also there's this other point of view of, okay, well, if you really want change.
I got the feeling Dad was cheating.
Dad was right.
I think he might have used a couple of moves.
Well, it was hard for him because I like trained
distracting you and kind of.
You've been acting?
This was his first time acting on camera, and so having to advocate for a position that wasn't actually what he believed.
Well, he must have taken a debate class or something, because, I felt like it was a real opinion that maybe you guys had that conversation before.
It felt authentic, yeah.
It felt really authentic.
We built off of conversations that I've heard that he's had with his father.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, I was channeling my father.
Sometimes we can do that. Yeah. That's so powerful, because it is on the shoulders of those that came before us that we're resting, right? And we're like continuing in the conversation. I love the way you ended the film, because it's not over. This conversation is not over.
I know. Well, it's sort of like a lot of people, they said, well, we had a black president, and so now let's move on. We've proven that we're not racist, so let's
like that gets the #1 gold star, and like we're done with racism.
Right. Somebody said, well, once you've had a second or a third black president, then maybe you can kind of say you're not racist. And we've yet to have a female president.
Well,
so,
maybe we'll have a black female vice president. That would be a super cool start for that too, to have a woman in office. Nice. That's been a long time coming, if I may say so myself.
Some kind of major change.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be sort of a lot of people that I talk to. They kind of shrug and they say, well, somebody should do something. And, that kind of attitude has got us to the breaking point, where we're about to drive off a cliff because we're all sitting in the back seat sleeping while somebody really dangerous is at the wheel. And, it's up to the younger folks to get in there and, you know, grab that wheel and go, you're running off a cliff, man.
Recently, I was in LA because I was going to some of the protests, and I was hanging out with a couple of friends before one of them, and one of them brought up the idea that I think a lot of young people nowadays are really turned off by the idea of politics because it is so kind of like slimy and gross right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like it's not something you want to be involved in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we haven't learned as a generation that it is something that you can make something different if you become a part of it and you push for that sort of internal change. You know, that it doesn't have to be like the way that it is, and then maybe people would be more attracted to the idea of being a part of it.
Yeah, well, the hope is that you can get involved as a young person and actually make some change happen and not get squelched, you know, or, you know, that it feels like we definitely need some revolution in the world.
Yeah.
And, yeah, really, I think that film and being able to share our opinions and our voices and bring up these concepts and conversations is
Big
super
time.
powerful.
I think storytelling is one of our major tools for communicating with each other on a like emotional way. I think when people see art in a visual way, that they can sort of be affected in a different way than just a normal conversation, because you can kind of almost remove yourself and really think about your own internal process without being kind of put on the spot.
Yeah, so you have time. So was this enough time for you, this 48-hour challenge? Was this?
I mean, honestly, it's the first time since I've been in school that I had like an assignment, like a challenge, like a sort of like, you have this, you know, I've been working on kind of a longer form personal project that, you know, there are no deadlines, and sometimes that's hard because it's like, it could happen at any time. And so in a way, like 48 hours was like, we only have so much available to us. We only have the four of us here at this house, you know, like what can we actually do with what we have that says something?
And so what did you use for your equipment?
So I just recently got a new camera because me and a couple of friends were really sort of trying to invest in like starting our own independent production company. And so I recently got this new Panasonic full frame camera. And so we basically just shot it on that, just like set it up. You know, I got a couple of inserts at the end, the tail end of like, just like, let me just shoot a couple of things of us, like just a chessboard and like film, but like really we just set it up the one way. We did it maybe 4 times.
Oh, you had the whole conversation 4 times?
We had talked about it the day before, you know, this idea of like, because we played up the theme of resistance in like, what about like a resistant family member, you know, like sort of with bigoted opinions. And then it was interesting because in a way my dad is actually kind of more intelligent, not to insult anybody, but like he had more thoughtful like like answers to the things that I was saying that I had anticipated given the characters we had set up. And so it sort of, I mean, that's the idea of the stalemate came towards the end where like, at first we're like, maybe one of these characters wins. Like even like I thought like maybe my character somehow wins, like says something that stumps the other person. And like, there's this sort of moment of like, oh, I got you, you can't say anything. But we didn't get there in our conversations, and that kind of ended up being more truthful to, I think, what a lot of people might experience with conversations with their family.
Yeah.
Well, that's where mom comes in. Mom comes in with a couple of beers and, okay, time out.
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Yay, Mom!
I was like, you gotta have a role in this.
I'm so proud of both of them for this. There was no script.
Yeah, no, we had
They just
nothing.
did it.
That's fantastic.
Very nice.
Fantastic. Good
Well, that's the
team
thing is-
support.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, all these films have been fantastic. We're having a great time watching.
I know,
this.
right?
Amazing.
As I've been getting older myself, you know, it's like I'm realizing that, you know, the stereotype that we tend to have about older people being conservative and stodgy, that it's, you know, it's really not, it's not accurate, you know, that I run into a lot of older people that are more radical than I am. And it's, you know, and I talk to people and they say that their relationship with their father and their mother is much closer than the relationship that their parents had with their own parents. So it seems like
I
we're
feel that way.
moving
I
in
feel
the
very
right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a pressing question from the director's seat in the other room. What is the audio equipment that you guys used? Because the sound was so great.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, I literally just have like a top-mounted shotgun mic that I plugged right into the camera. It's a Rode mic that I just plugged right into the camera, and I have like an audio recorder that I had recording audio from a different angle just in case like something happened, like the wind happened or something went wrong. But honestly, like when I watched it back, I was just like, this is clean. Let's use it. Like I don't need to go back and do anything with it.
Yeah, the tones.
The music.
Yeah.
And the music was just literally on my keyboard. I just made like a little like drone chord that I sort of added in at the beginning and the end.
Wow. So no copyright infringement there. Yep.
Yeah.
You can
No,
play
yeah,
that.
no, it's totally mine.
Oh, awesome. That's
Very
great.
impressive.
Congratulations, guys.
Really rocked out. I mean, it's like every one of these movies is like it's like, wow, when are we gonna get a stinker?
I agree with you. So
and so
creative.
far, not one.
When are we gonna get a stinker?
I'm
I don't
looking
know.
forward to the rest of the show. Thank you guys so much for putting this on.
Thank you guys so much.
It's very fantastic
Yeah, well,
work.
keep in
Excellent.
touch
Thank you so
and
much.
keep up the good work and
Stay
creative
safe.
energy. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, you guys.
You too.
Absolutely. we
Bye.
are.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, guys.
Are you ready for that? I mean, it's just
That
like
was, I'm out in space right now. I'm like, whoa. It was just like I was up in the capsule on the space station. I did bring back my little.
So the next movie is called Bus Stop
Short.
Short.
The bus stop, maybe the bus stops short.
The Bus Stop short film by Gabrielle Studer-Randall.
By Gabrielle Studer-Randall. Yeah, fantastic.
So let's check it out.
Let's stretch it out.
We're getting good ones after good ones. I think this one's going to be yet another good one.
Watch this. I took your line, Mommy, sorry. Watch
All right.
this.
It's not copyrighted. Origami.
It's origami.
Excuse me?
It's an origami butterfly.
Aww. That's a pretty shot, too.
Why a butterfly?
Why not? Well, it's not quite that simple. See, I've been thinking recently about everything going on in the world, how fragile we all feel. It's kind of like a butterfly. They start off as caterpillars, then they transform into these beautiful creatures. The problem is, people haven't made that transformation yet. In order to become free, they have to stop resisting change, like the butterflies have. I'm sorry. Quarantine's giving me way too much free time.
No, I mean, I like that. Butterflies do change, but only on the outside. They may look different, but at the end of the day, they're still the same creature. Like, people can try to change, but I don't think meaningful change actually exists.
Of course it exists. Look at the protests. People from all different backgrounds that are coming together to fight for what they believe in. We're changing the world.
Okay, hold on, time out. We're not changing the world. Yeah, we've gotten words painted on the street, but none of that actually means anything.
Well, these things don't happen overnight. Look at the civil rights movement. The fight took years, but in the end we overcame. A real change was made.
You know, laws were passed, but the problem still exists. That's why we need protests.
Protests have worked before. They'll work again. Every fight we win, every step we take brings us closer to an ideal world.
We're not getting any closer to perfection. We're just repeating what we've already done. People may look different, but the intentions are all the same. Human nature doesn't allow for real change. There will always be hate. There will always be resistance. It'll never end. People are like butterflies. They can change on the surface, but deep down they'll always be the same.
Wait. You can never stop trying.
redoing or revisiting the same struggle again and again. I mean, you know, we've got somebody talking about preserving monuments to heroes of the Confederacy at the same time as we're having demonstrations, you know, in our cities. There was either a congressperson or a senator that said that it compared the protesters in Portland to the insurrectionists during the Civil War, and I thought, does that mean you're going to build statues for these people too?
For the protesters, yeah. And the moms, I think the moms should get a statue.
Here's a nice statue.
All the moms linking their arms together, that should definitely be a statue. Like
the wall of moms, and the dads with the leaf blowers.
Oh.
Did you see the dads with the leaf? They're out there with leaf blowers blowing the tear gas back at the police.
Dads with the leaf blowers and moms with the arms linked.
You know?
I think that's really powerful. And the butterfly, I love that that's a symbol for the change that's, you know, hopefully changing. And a little bit more, how do you say, pessimistic view on this one where the butterfly isn't really like a different creature.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yes.
So, yeah, that was interesting too. I was like,
well, and then you got the butterfly effect where, you know, if you like the chaos theory business, where the butterfly flaps its wings and thousands of miles away it creates a storm or some sort of effect.
Can you feel
like
it?
That.
Can you feel that storm right now?
I know, you see. They've got this hurricane down in Florida, and
It's
we've got to
happening.
find where these butterflies are because they're the ones starting this.
We have to find them.
When the butterflies are down there flapping their wings, they're sending the hurricanes up here. They're not sending the good weather up here. They're sending the bad weather.
We need the good butterflies.
There were good and bad butterflies on both sides. It's come to this.
We are ready for a metamorphosis. I'm telling you, we're ready for this change. We're ready for out of quarantine and out of our bubbles of our own existence. Help us, please.
I never metamorphosis I didn't like.
This is me putting my fingers to my cheeks. Ooh. Oh, next we have a film by the BCM interns.
Called The
It's
Adjustment.
called The Adjustment.
The Adjustment.
The Adjustment. Oh, wait. Let me adjust myself.
There you go. Just a minute.
Just a minute, please.
Our good old BCM interns, they've never failed to turn in an excellent movie yet.
Yeah.
So let's see if that holds.
So watch this.
Hey, boy, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
You know what? I can't complain. We've had a lot of people are visiting. There's a young girl that came who's a figure skater who needed a chiropractic adjustment, and she said she felt like a butterfly after her transition, and so she's been asking me to make butterflies in the waiting room, and that's my artistic attempt to please our patients. Let me ask you a chiropractic question, and that is, did you get that chair from the office manager at your day job for the lumbar support?
Oh yeah, it was so easy getting that chair.
Good.
Yeah, working really good.
Yeah, notice a difference on that, don't you? Yep. Yeah. I'm sure your lower back is thanking you every day in that, because you're sitting there doing a lot of great work. I mean, I'm so excited. Congratulations on your 2nd anniversary at this terrific job that you did a lot of hard work to get it. But how great, it's like 65 is what you told me, plus benefits, and and that you still have all this time to do your literary events and to do your craft, your writing at night and the weekends. So I just I'm so proud of you, boy. Really am. It's great.
Yeah.
What? You don't. A lot of people would be very excited, with a bigger smile than that, if this day and age in the Bay Area, even, which I know is not a lot of money for a single person, but 65 and benefits, and you're not doing stressful work. So why are you making a sour face? Look at that mouth you're making.
I just really hate this job. I'm tired of working in it. I'm tired of working with money each day, doing all this calculating. I was never a math whiz. I was always a literary person.
Well, I know, but you got an undergraduate from Stanford in systems. So, what are you talking about? We talked about and that's what jobs are. You do that job, and, listen, a lot of other artists work day jobs, and they go and they act in the theater, or they play a cello on a quartet, or they sing in a community choir, they do their painting. What makes you so damn special that you can turn your nose up and think that you're just work on your craft all day?
Because this job doesn't let me work on my craft each day, because it takes up nearly 80% of my
that's how you're living, and then you do your work at night and the weekends. You do your writing then.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm writing this novel, and I'm really excited because it's about to be done. I'm making this really great story. I'm really excited to publish it for the whole world to see, because the story I'm writing, it needs to be told.
Well, yeah, okay, but you get on it when you've got the time. But then if you sell it, congratulations. I know you sold the one short story and you got like $500 for it, and that's great. You are a published paid author. Congratulations. That was a good story. But you gotta write your novel, and then if somebody knock on wood buys it, then great, congratulations, and then you can quit your job. Do not quit that job until you sell the book.
Yeah, but it's gonna take more than five years to finish it once, if I keep on working this.
Oh, you know what? You're Christ, come on. I mean, just I think you're fantasizing about it's going to take you that long. Just work on it.
Yeah, look. All I need, I think, I just need to give you a timeout. All I need for you to take a timeout.
You're going to give your father a timeout?
Yes.
What, is this some kind of long-standing grudge or revenge for when you were a little tyke running around the house and I'd give you a timeout? You've been holding a grudge for me for like 20 years?
No. This all I want is for a few months, don't contact me. I'm going to cancel that chiropractor appointment I had to you. And after those few months, I'll contact you back. I'm an adult now. I need to walk on my own 2 feet. I need to make my own decisions. And you know what? My decision is to finish this novel. And if things go bad, I'll take responsibility for it. And that's all I'm asking.
Well, okay, what if listen, our dogs like each other. They enjoy each other's company. We can go to the dog park, at the Albany together, and then I won't say anything. I won't say anything.
No contact. No, all I need is just no contact for a few months so I can work on this novel. Can you agree to that?
I need you
fantastic. And
That was
Makoa,
excellent. Hey.
wow, you guys.
Wow.
Should I be able to hear them?
Are you at home, Makoa?
Yeah.
And was that filmed in your room?
Yeah, it was filmed in my room.
Okay. And
It looked like you cleaned up a little bit before you set up the camera.
Oh, really?
And your dad, man, he's such a, I think
hard ass.
what an interesting dialogue, though.
Did it make you appreciate your real dad more?
Yeah, it really did.
He's a great father, so he's got a very beautiful, wonderful, kind father. So
I'm sure.
I'm sure he's very patient.
But Mike, you're kind of the dad of the BCM interns. That's really interesting that you played the dad.
Yes, and I'm always as the intern wrangler. I'm very grateful for parents and spouses that allow their child or partner to come and hang out with us. So, and even we've had people like Julia Bailey, who's got a grown adult that, but even so, you've got grown parents that got kids, and we're happy to have them as interns.
Well, I know from having spoken with a few people for their interviews, especially Pablo was just beaming about his, his experience with you and his career path. And I'm just really grateful that you can continue to be the mentor to people that you are. Tell us about this film and your ideas, how this flowed for you.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, McCoy. You're a good storyteller. How did we collaborate on this?
Yeah, so basically, like, right after we watched the introduction to the 48-hour film festival, Mike was just like, hey, let's just collaborate on the film. And I was like, sure. So we talked it on Friday night, and then on Saturday, we came into like a little hiccup because we wanted to do like we wanted to film like a phone call, but the thing was, we didn't really have our like own like extra I didn't have like a separate camera I could use to like film my phone, so we decided to do it on Zoom.
Okay.
And so in the end, we ended up like using QuickTime to screen record our Zoom call. So that really helped a lot. Yeah. So also on Saturday, it was just busy. We wrote in the morning, did like a lot of like troubleshooting and technical stuff in the afternoon, and then actually like shot in the evening.
Yeah, so tell us about the chiropractic idea, the idea of the chiropractor. Where Mike Vaughn, you were the chiropractor, or you had the...
I was and the BCM phone is ringing. Ben! So, I'm sorry, go ahead. What was the question? This phone isn't ringing. I thought you were going to take it with you.
Yeah, so no, just the chiropractic idea. I wanted to know more about that, where that came from.
You sound like you're in a bubble.
We're in a bubble! Oh my gosh.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Are you asking about us collaborating on this film?
Yeah. And about the chiropractic idea. The idea of...
So the thing is, you know what? Well, as soon as I put those screens up, because, Ben and Sam were sitting and working, so I had to cover up the screens, right? And I said, boy, that looks like an office. And as soon as I put that tie on, I said, oh, I kind of look like a therapist or maybe a chiropractor. And so
totally.
We had a longer rehearsal. We had a version that we recorded that was like 11 minutes. And we said, well, that's way too long. You're going to wear your welcome at this scene and this joke after about 4. And I was like doing a thing when he was saying you can't hang out with me. I was saying, well, wait a minute, why don't you just come? Let me just, I can see from your shoulders. Let me just get in there and just straighten out your back a little bit. Let me help you out. So, but we realized the great thing about the structure of this is Makoa, as the protagonist, can drive the conversation. So he had the duty of being both the kind of primary protagonist, but also kind of the stage manager and the kind of pacing of the playwright. So we had to get that question in towards the climax of, I need this time away from you. Can you agree to that? And we both kind of liked the idea of him not answering, so that the audience would have to see, you know, what would the father say, and is he good to his word? Would he say, okay, fine, and then he would change his mind or not be disciplined in 4 or 5 weeks? If the son's asking for 8 weeks of the time out, could the father respect that? You know?
And what about the dogs? I mean, what are the dogs going to do all that time, missing each other and stuff?
They're going to miss each other.
And I said, I won't say anything, and we'll just have the dogs play with each other, and we'll go to the dog park, and I won't say a word. You know, we'll go get some coffee at Pete's or something. No.
I like that because he knew.
His damn novel. He's got to write his novel. His great American novel. Quit his job.
He knew that Dad would not be able to be there and not say anything while the dogs are playing.
That's right.
He knows his dad. Dad is not going to be able to do that.
Right, it's like, how are you raising your children? Why are you having your dog pee like that? Why are you having your dog run like that? Why does your dog smell like that, you know?
Give your dog a bath.
What groomer, what trainer, what's wrong with you as a son and a dog owner? Shame on you.
Yeah, you're going to get that.
But
That's
McComb
right.
is great. He's like, you know, the thing that also, can I just give a pitch for the internship program in general? And I know I don't want to hijack the 48.
Yeah, that's fine.
The 2 people
know you.
that made this happen are 2 Uber emeritus interns. Now, Sam, who came here just after the 6th grade, as he was coming into the 7th grade, and now is going into his senior year at Berkeley High, he has done so much. The only thing we could do with him was make him a member of the board of directors and the facilitator of the youth outreach, which is kind of a middle school through undergraduate, and putting those together. And then Ben Levine, who was with us as an intern for many years, graduated from college prep in Oakland, and then he went off for a year to Tel Aviv, one of the big television news stations in Tel Aviv, and has come back and is sharing that knowledge and leadership and producing there. And so McCall has been with us, I don't know, maybe about a year or something like that, and now he's going to go off DC Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
But
he's been part of our film festivals and helping to support us.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I've been working with Makoa and another intern on Friday night with Makoa, and then also on Saturday doing short form screenplay writing. And so I would encourage people that are interested in the internship program, whether you're in middle school, whether you're a retired person, to contact us, because I think, and because I teach now as a professional educator, since March, I've been teaching all my classes on Zoom, and so I think that the stuff that we're doing through Zoom is working. And
Wow, I'd love to zoom in on those conversations with you, Mike. That'd be super cool, like to open it up, because you're such a wealth of information.
An emerging screenwriter, and he's made a couple of short films on his own. That
Cool.
are
And Makoa, let me just ask you. Yeah, so Makoa, how long have you been an intern? So like a couple years now?
I've been an intern since I think the beginning of October.
That's it. So you just jumped right in for our horror film festival. That was a good one.
That was a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
I just came, and then Mike was like, "Okay, here's a bunch of stuff we need to do. Can you help us with it?" And I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And, you know, then I just started. It was just smooth sailing from there.
Smooth. And so you're going to continue your education is going to be towards film or things like that?
Yeah, towards film. Yeah, that's what I'm interested in, like, pursuing.
That's great.
Well, you definitely got a lot of future ahead of you. You're a young fella, and you've got. We just received word that we got another film in.
We have another film. Oh, that they've just been able to line up. Yeah.
Had an upload challenge, and we got the film in.
Yeah.
We got the film in, so we want to see it. So McCall and I would be happy to share other things with you at some other time.
Okay.
But, bcmtv.org, or if you want to write me, very simple, mike@betv.org. Send me an email if you know somebody that wants to be an intern. I'd love to talk to them.
Great.
And And remember,
Yeah, I think
folks,
we
he's,
just gotta
he's
know
not an
this.
actual chiropractor, so please no questions about your sciatica.
Educator and an actor.
Darn, because I was hoping.
Those three things all every day. So you do not want me to be. I don't even know anatomy. I can't even. Wait, let me see. Wait. Person, man, woman, camera, TV.
Yes.
Oh,
he's a stable genius.
Good.
You're a stable
You're
genius.
qualified then to be a chiropractor.
You could be president. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your film. That was awesome.
God help us.
It's come to this.
God help us.
I give people time off just to pray, you know? For me.
We all need a timeout.
Yes. Thank you,
Thank
Nicola.
you.
That film came out great. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Melanie and Moby. I'm going to be quiet now. I'm going to leave this meeting. All right.
Okay.
Nope.
We're
I'm
gonna
not going to leave this meeting. I'm just gonna go drink some water.
Drink water. Always good.
Bye, Mikola. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Hey, that was terrific. Man, we couldn't ask for a better mentor and great interns who are making these kinds of film festivals and these things happen.
It's you, the viewer, that help us to put things for you, the viewer, to help us.
So our final film is called The Game
by
Lucio Leon. Wait, our masks are on. We want to talk to you. Does he? Okay. So here it is. We get to see the back of the head there.
Kind of mental. Ooh, another chest.
Go. Check. Your strategy is getting sloppy, Mother.
Cute, darling. Spares that pathetic bluff.
Spare me the theatrics. Check.
How's preparing for Dartmouth? The board keeps asking, when is Q going to submit her art portfolio? They're so eager to see the talent they've heard so much about.
You mean the talent that you brag about all the time? I'm not going to Dartmouth.
It's not quite up to you.
Is it? It's my life, not a game for you to manipulate.
That's where you're wrong. And that's why you'll never win. I'm well aware of the tragedy that took place, but neither me nor any of my associates had anything to do with it. Your source is misinformed. You haven't been practicing.
I've been a little preoccupied, Mother.
Jay's death was a tragedy that couldn't be helped. That doesn't mean you need to throw your life away.
You have obligations to this family, to its legacy.
I have no obligations to anyone or his family.
Jay wouldn't want this for you.
You don't know anything about her or what she would want.
Jay, darling, what are you doing here?
If you'd wanted to return that book, you could have left it with Q.
What is this?
Just some complicated finances. Probably wouldn't make an ounce of sense to you.
What is this? Are you?
I'm sure whatever you think you read, it wasn't as it seemed.
What happened to Q's real mom?
Jay, let's be reasonable.
Why is her name in your files? Where is she? You told Q her mother was in a bad place, that she was in rehab, but this? What did you do to her?
Jay.
Who are all of these women? Why are their names crossed out? These sums? They're in the tens of thousands. Cause of death. What is this?
Jay, you're a smart girl.
I could go to the authorities with this. I could go to the press.
You don't deserve her.
What?
You ought to remember that you must earn the privilege of being at my daughter's side.
You can't.
Yes, I can. We wouldn't want Q to learn of such a tragedy. She would be crushed. Remember, I can make any inconveniences disappear.
Time out.
This isn't a children's game.
Games are made for children.
Would you prefer a different one?
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of your games. I don't want to play your games anymore.
You're not a child anymore. I can't pick up the pieces after your tantrum.
No one is asking you to fix my problems.
Who else would fix you but I?
If I'm broken, it's because of you.
I have done everything for you.
Please, I'd rather you do nothing.
This house, this legacy, is it worthless to you?
Everything worth carrying is gone.
Her death was a blessing.
How can you say that?
Did she tell you that life was not a game? Was she the one who let you believe that your life was your own, that you could do whatever you wanted without care for the destruction in your wake?
No. She taught me to play by my own rules. Why did you have to leave?
Checkmate. You know, my favorite piece in the game has always been the pawn. Clueless, easy to manipulate, expendable, like your friend. What makes the game thrilling is control. When you're the one pulling the strings, you are invincible. The game is yours.
You still don't get it, do you? Jay was a better person than you or I could ever be.
And look where that got her.
She was my light. She was the person that got me through the darkness, that taught me to play by my own rules, that taught me that this house and this legacy, your legacy, means nothing if the people around me are nothing. Don't you realize it? You are stuck. You have trapped yourself in your own little game that you've created and you cannot see beyond it. Do you know what your biggest weakness in the game is? Mother, you underestimate the pawns.
Q.
You can't stop me.
I just wish we could have beaten her once.
We did. I sent the papers to the news company. We won.
I feel like we just went through like a Kafka film or something. There's like all this
Yeah, that was very
drama
dramatic,
and
very
intrigue.
powerful.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It's interesting, you know, that we've gotten two films there that are involving parent and children.
And the chess game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
very
right.
synchronicity. Hey, look,
We're
here we go.
joined by the filmmakers.
Oh my
Fantastic. Wow. What a great opening scene too. I felt like I don't know, there was just like this the freshness of the one who was there at the bars with the butterflies. Is that? Oh, I can't tell. So introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
I'm Berkeley. I played the matriarch character and I also helped with directing.
Cool. So who are the writers on this script?
That was Palami. Palami wrote, yeah.
Yes, I wrote the script.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. So do you have a experience with film writing, script writing?
So
Was this your first film?
Film challenge back in February of 2019.
Okay.
And that's we went in without like any groundwork, any foundation, and we keep together something. So this time we're like one person's gonna write a script, and I took that on. And I do like a lot of creative writing before.
So you guys have all worked together before.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. And is this the first time that you've worked together in a quarantine Zoom situation?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. What were your biggest challenges? I mean, I saw you guys were like touching each other. So like, what's going on with that? You must be in like a pod, like no, you're safe or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And do you live close by or?
No, so we live in Arizona.
You do? Wow, that's fantastic. How did you hear about the challenge?
I got accepted into the Emerson Media Arts Production Program, and someone posted it like on the accepted page.
Wow.
So I sent the link to them and was like, why not?
That is terrific.
We're so glad that you did. That was a really interesting film. It was very passionate and
yeah.
I was wondering, does this come from? I noticed a lot of times people will write stuff about parents, and earlier today, it turns out that they have really cool parents, in fact, and that they're not necessarily working out issues that they have with their actual parents. But where does this come from? Where what is the conflict? Where does this come from? I guess if we go to the writer.
Sure. It definitely doesn't come from my parents. I like my parents, yes. I think it's more just we're all going into college fall, and we hear a lot about these really established institutions and this like whole theme of money, wealth, power, and prestige, and how that really contributes to like some mindsets when it comes to really prestigious universities. And that's where it was born out of, not necessarily our parents.
Yeah, there does seem to be sort of a struggle for the young person trying to get out on their own, or to stretch their wings and fly, and the parent trying to control them or mold them further than what they have, normally or naturally, or in ways that are necessarily healthy.
But I liked the show of resistance. Really felt that passion really came across on the screen of wanting to be their own self. Like to, also stand up for themselves. And, saying it and also standing up.
Yeah, I like the non-linear approach to it as well, where you sort of start at the end and then kind of work your way backwards into it, and develop a bit of intrigue as far as what's actually happened to the person they're talking about, the unfortunate incident, and you get a feeling that there's something going on there that's not being addressed, and that was nice. It's a good thread that you pull.
I thought
I definitely wanted to create the suspense.
Yeah, definitely. So you're the other actress is not in this picture, right? She's not here.
No, so yeah, she's my cousin, and she I think she's busy with church right now, so she couldn't make it.
Because at first I thought that she was playing opposite you the chessboard, and I thought that you were her dressed up like the mom.
Like a dual role.
Because you guys look alike, and I was like, what is going on here?
It's the
It's like
cousin,
this,
so
yeah,
that
you
explains the.
Moby used to do these skits where he would play like even 2 or 3 characters.
Well, when you can't get other people to act with you, then you go, okay, well, I could do a split screen. I could do,
Yeah, yeah. Even without a green screen, you were doing that. Yeah, but that felt really like, authentic. That it was just the mother-daughter, I guess, and.
Yeah, we were joking about that because we're like, oh, of course we're gonna do this scene well because we're related, so we've wanted to kill each other multiple times.
And that was an interesting chessboard too. I liked the pieces were kind of like they were from the magic shop or something, kind of like dark characters. Where was that from?
must have been really tough in the editing process where the person is moving the chess piece and then turning over the hourglass, and you cut that together. Who did the editing on this?
I did the editing.
Awesome.
You did a great job.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So you started writing the script on Friday?
Yeah.
Tell us your process.
We got the prompts at 6. We kind of like opened a doc with like brainstorming, and we were all on a Zoom call, and we just started typing out random things, trying to like get something going. And I think all of us kind of agreed that we didn't want to rest on our laurels like we did with like the last 2 films that we've made together, because we've done a lot of like sister stuff, and we didn't want to do that again. And so we were trying to do something more abstract and kind of trying to think outside the box. And I think Palami really helped with that because she has a lot of like very crazy creative ideas all the time.
Outside the box, outside the Zoom box, for sure. I'm in the bubble, outside the box. Yeah, really, definitely affected us.
How did you go about shooting it in safe ways? Did you use local environs and?
Yeah, we shot all of the chess scenes at my house, and then whenever we left and then the office scenes, my mom has an office that we shot like those study scenes in, and the office was empty, thankfully, so we were the only ones there. And then when we were shooting kind of in outside areas, we were all wearing masks except for the people who were acting usually.
And what software did you use to edit on?
I actually just used iMovie on my Mac.
Yay!
Cool.
I love iMovie.
iMovie.
I was resistant to Final Cut for a long time.
You're resistant?
That was my resistance. I was flapping my little butterfly wings, and it was just like, oh no, it's too much to learn. But iMovie is just really intuitive.
Yeah.
And and you don't have to render and render and render and render. It's just like you cut it and you look immediately. You go, okay, that works or it doesn't work.
Yeah. Does it automatically
I tried,
save?
Using Premiere Pro, but then I just got frustrated. I was like, I'll just stick to what I know.
Yeah. Especially you're trying to do a project like in a short amount of time, and if you don't know a certain software as well as like the one you've been used to, yeah.
Exactly. If you don't have time to learn a program and do the work, then you stick with what you know, and it worked really well. It was very, very effective film.
So, are all of you interested in pursuing film as a career?
That's just me. Palami, I don't know if you wanted to write, but
yeah, I do wanna keep writing. I'm looking for minoring in film, but it's like a completely different process at my university, so I have to look more into that.
Yeah, but it's nice to be part of a group team effort.
And is it a college town that you're all living in?
So we all live in like the Phoenix area. So we all just graduated this last year from high school. So we're all kind of.
Oh, you're heading off into college or somewhere. Yeah.
Were you able to do like a real graduation, or was it a virtual graduation ceremony?
They did like they split us up into small groups, because we only had like 84 people in our graduating class. So they did it in like groups of like 10 kids at a time, where you were only allowed to bring like 4 people with you, and they did it in a big auditorium, so everyone was spread out. And then they spliced all of the different Like they videotaped it and they spliced everyone together, so then they had a video of all of us graduating as if we were together.
That's a big editing project too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear that if they don't come up with a solution pretty soon, then like next year, the graduation's all going to be done green screen, and they're going to digitally incorporate all the students onto the stage together. No. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll have gotten through this dark period, and it's. But that was a really, really wonderful film, and it's like, I mean, a lot of times, people will kind of back off from going dark or going serious. It's you guys didn't back off from that at all. You went dark, you went serious, and it worked. It was very, very,
Mysterious,
very successful.
Thank you guys.
What's that?
Say again.
Oh, I just said you should our first film. We were definitely less organized, but it was like the same kind of
dark, angsty. We embraced the angst.
You'll perfect it.
Yeah, you perfect that angst.
Yeah.
As time goes by, you
keep
get
in
better
touch with us. Oh, I'm
better
losing my
with the
voice.
angst.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It must be all this hot air.
Look back in angster. Wow, well, thank you so much, and that's amazing that you heard about it and contributed.
I know, right?
Because our thing is usually just a local thing, and that's maybe one of the positive things that's come out of this whole tragedy is that people are starting to think more globally and starting to think in terms of how their actions affect others, and I think with people wearing masks, it's teaching people to listen harder and to enunciate so that others can understand them.
Yeah, and you have to try harder to keep connected.
Exactly, even if it's like 6 feet apart or, over the miracle of the interwebs.
But you can still get things done, get cool projects made. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's there's no going back to the old ways. I think a lot of folks are going to be working from home.
I think we should continue
There's
this.
going to be less commuting.
Tradition.
It's going to be more telecommuting.
Yeah, telecommuting, telefilming.
So ask your cable provider for a break on your bill. Well, thank
keep
you
in
so
touch, you
much.
guys. Make
Yes.
sure and keep in touch with us and let us know what your path is. And if you want to also contribute content to the channel, and it's bcmtv.org.
Yeah,
and
because we run stuff. We run all kinds of wild stuff. I mean, really, and we're always
It's
looking
free
for more
speech TV.
content and from diverse voices and young people, old people, people of all kinds. So you've definitely demonstrated that you've got the chops, you've got the goods, as they say. Very high quality product. I mean, it's very and under such short and strangled circumstances. I mean, it's very
Definitely
impressive.
different. So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the movies. We'll see you in the movies, as they say. We'll see.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I guess this concludes our
safe.
film festival. This was our last team who submitted. We had a fantastic showing, everybody.
Yes.
I lost my voice in the process.
It's
I need some Tang for astronauts to quench my thirst.
I know. Well,
Did she go there? Oh no. Maybe a space ice cream? I don't know.
Well, that's one of the things is that a few months ago, people would say to me, "Well, be safe," and that was just something that you would say to somebody. Well, be safe, and I'm like,
That's what you hear all the time.
Am I
every
going
time.
home through a dangerous neighborhood? What? Be safe. But now people really mean it. They really no, seriously.
You really
be safe.
You gotta stay safe.
You better be safe, because if you die, I'm never speaking to you again. But
well, I think with these bubbles, we're definitely safer than with just a regular cloth mask.
this is all the rage in Paris right now.
In Paris, ooh, I was thinking actually we could draw like a clock face on the outside, and have it be the clock is ticking, and every time we would come back from the camera, stop when would be the hands would be at a different location. Whoa, time is just really elusive.
Oh, okay.
So it was
So
As
we've
far
been
as time is being elusive is concerned, we are so pleased. I have no idea what time it is, but in this format, we don't really have a limit, so we could just stay and chat forever. What do you think, Moby?
Well, I think they'll start getting really antsy inside of the control room.
I think
Okay, that's fine, you
our
guys.
directors
All
will be
right,
like, "What?"
That's okay, you guys are fine. All right. So
But we've had so much fun. I
we
just want to
have,
say
and
it's just been awesome.
I just want to thank all the movie makers who brought it, you know, and made this a great success. I wasn't actually worried until I got here tonight, and then I started going, it doesn't look like we've got very many this time. But you know, it's like it starts rolling in, and it starts happening.
Yep, they got that 6 o'clock deadline, and we're here early, so we're like going, okay, there's only 4 films now, but maybe by the time we're finished, every time we stop
It's
the
always
clock.
in the 11th hour, and that's when stuff happens, is in the 11th
Well,
hour.
we had over like 20
A lot of people said they were
registrants.
good, but it's it's sort of like the person who promises you spare change. Oh, maybe on the way out. It's like, okay, sure. Yeah. Oh, I'll make it, but we never know.
Yeah, so thanks to all of our filmmakers that actually came through and ended up being able to do it, and that it'll add to your
resume.
Your resume. It'll add to your knowledge. What did I do with this time during
It's
COVID?
experience.
And
Well,
what
and for the movie makers that tried but didn't quite get it there.
Yeah.
Next time.
Next time.
Because we're going to do this again. We're going to keep doing it. And in October, late October, we're hoping to do a horror film festival. So if you've got some
ladies,
ideas
we
for
need
some
we need
scary
more
movies.
spooky content. So
Yeah.
make sure and check in. We got the writer right here, still on
Yeah.
the Zoom call. Oh, she just jumped. But yeah, so
Thanos
if
did
you
his
have,
snap, and half of us had just gone.
we're just poof. We're
You
just
should
gone.
have gone for the head.
We just landed. We're finally decompressing into the reality of this planet's gravitational pull, and it's feeling like it's been a
we'll
long
be getting
journey.
that postpartum depression afterwards, which always kind of sinks in. It's like after an event, you start going, but it's a good kind of tired.
We're gonna be watching this film festival over and over again, so there's no reason to be having
Forever
like
and ever and
it'll probably be
ever
playing again and again on the bcmtv.org website, and be sure to check in on our YouTube channel, Berkeley Community Media, because it'll have the launch, and it'll have our interviews that happened with our filmmakers and talking about our legacy of 10 years doing
There's a
this film festival.
retrospective that's a lot of fun. You get to see some of these people as very, very young people. It's hilarious.
And then to see the whole film festival over and over again, that's my antidepressant right there. So take that. Take that, COVID.
And if you're really feeling like generous and donating to BCM, we would happily accept any contribution. Not just money, but money would be great.
Stay tuned for more fun and films and supporting our filmmaking community. And thank you for joining us for the 10th annual BCM Summer Shorts.
Summer Shorts.
Movie Jam.
Quarantine edition. Give yourself a big hand. 2 of them.